Snap Roll 14 here. This is going to be our walkthrough for Hitman 3 Dubai level. And it's going to be for the Geronimo and Mile High Drop achievements as well as Asylum Assassin's Suit. As you saw, I have a knife in my inventory. You will need some sort of blade to complete this challenge. You don't really need any other items. If you have a blade in your inventory, that's the best way to do it, to start out with it. Otherwise, go find a kitchen knife somewhere in the level, like in the kitchen or whatnot. We're going to jump off the side of this ledge and go over to where we can climb into the ladder that leads to the heliport. The ladder that you see over there, that you just saw briefly, can be lowered. You have to do this previously. Once you lower it, it remains lowered forever, even if you start a new game. But if you don't know how to do that, there's several guides online that show you how to open what's called the shortcuts. So we're going to use this previously opened shortcut, go up the ladder, and we'll be on the helipad. This door leads directly into the kind of the security and maintenance areas. And the two floors above are the kind of what we call the penthouse floors, which is primarily where the one of the targets hangs out. Watch out for that camera there. In fact, I'm going to go turn around here and shoot it, so you don't have to worry about it. We're going to need to come in here and get a key card that will be used to trigger an evacuation that will cause the two targets to jump off the terrorists wearing parachutes. That's the Geronimo challenge, is just triggering the evacuation. If the parachutes are sabotaged and don't work, they'll both be killed, and that's the Mile High Drop challenge. And so doing what we're doing here is going to trigger both of those challenges. So I'm going to take this guy out, subdue him, grab his gun so nobody sees it, and then put him in this cabinet here so nobody sees him. So once he's stuffed in there, we're going to open this safe. If you listen to the guard to our right, he'll tell you what the code is when he's talking with his buddy. If you don't want to listen to it, it's 6927, as you can see. That'll open it up, and we can grab the key card. Now that we got that, we're going to come back out here, and we're going to go up to the next level above us. There is a guard here, and there's nobody to get by him or sneak by him, so we're going to have to distract him. I'm just going to shoot between his legs here. He turns his back, we're going to subdue him. Now I'm going to drag him all the way back to where we just were and hide him in the same cabinet where we hid the first card. If you like, you can just fast forward. It's very straightforward what I'm about to do. There are no other patrolling NPCs in this area, so there's really no risk of being seen unless you draw attention to yourself. And once we pass this little doorway here, before the closed door, there is an enforcer NPC to the right of the screen, but he never looks in this direction, so just stay quiet, he won't see you. Now one of the other NPC guards is in there. He's going to kind of hang out and do whatever he does. So we'll need to wait a few moments just to get him out of the way. And so if you give him a moment or two, he'll lose interest in whatever he's doing, and he will vacate the area. And once he does that, all we got to do is slip in there and put this guy alongside his buddy in the cabinet. I've always wondered how long these unconscious bodies remain unconscious in these cabinets once you put them in there. Obviously you can spend hours and hours doing a level and they'll never be found. I'd imagine they're found eventually, or they wake up eventually, but it's pretty much indefinite, I suppose. One of the mysteries of this game. Okay, so we're going to come up here, crouch, make sure we're not seen by these NPCs. Most of them are the what they call the servants. We want to listen to these two guards chat about the evacuation procedure, and they explain how everything works. What it is there's a key card reader which you see right between them, and there's another key card reader on the floor above us. He mentions the floor below us, but it's actually the floor above us. And if the key card that we have is slid in both of those key card readers, within a certain amount of time, the evacuation gets triggered. I'm not sure how long you have, but you do have to do it fairly quickly. And there's two red containers mounted on the wall, each contain a parachute that's used for the evacuation. So what we're going to do is we're going to come over here, and first thing we're going to do is cut both parachutes with the knife. And you do have to have a knife to do this. You can use a kitchen knife found somewhere if you like, or you can just equip one if you have one in your inventory. So these are both cut. And I'm going to save the game here because timing the next part's a little tricky. I found it easier to trigger the first keycard reader and then the second one. So I haven't done that one we were just at yet. If we come up here in this room, the second keycard reader is there in the left-hand part of the screen. I came in here and kind of hid behind this corner because as I tried this, I realized that I couldn't beat that NPC. She saw me every time. But when she moves, they kind of keep their backs to you for a while. So you can just kind of hang out here, wait for this guard to patrol back. He patrols the entire length of that narrow room up there. And then we just come on down, right back to where we were, and we're going to slide the card in the second reader. You do have to do this fairly quickly. If nothing happens, you know you did it wrong. But if you do it right, you'll immediately know because it'll immediately trigger an evacuation. And that'll trigger the Geronimo challenge. I've already done the challenge, so it didn't trigger in my case. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to go back up to the helipad. The two targets and their guards will all come out to the helicopter pad because the plan is to evacuate them by the helicopter. The helicopter pilot's not ready to do it, so they have to jump off the building with parachutes. One reason he's not ready to do it is apparently because he doesn't have the key to the helicopter, because for some odd reason the key is right here. So I'm going to grab the key to the helicopter, simply because I'm going to use the helicopter to escape, and you have to have the key to do that. Now once you've disabled the parachute and once you have grabbed the found a way to escape, all you got to do is wait, and they'll eventually fall through their deaths, but it does take a few minutes. So right here we're going to see them come out and have a little chit chat with the helicopter pilot, who's going to say he wasn't ready until tomorrow. And that's going to prompt their entourages to take him out to the terrace, which I believe is right next to where the golf ball is.
By parachute. Make sure that doesn't happen.
You can fast forward it if you want to. Like I said, everything's already in motion, and we literally don't have to do anything at this point other than wait and not be seen. Speaking of which, the two guards that patrol the lower ledge on the opposite side of the helicopter platform, they will come out to investigate for some odd reason. I don't know why, because we weren't spotted. But when that happened, I just dropped down here. You will not be seen down here if you crouch. Nobody can see you, even if they search the platform. For some odd reason, even though we're trespassing, the helicopter pilot himself is not a enforcer. You can never be spotted by him. I'm assuming that's a bug, and it may be fixed later on. But until then, pretty easy to avoid him. But you might have to watch out later on if it's fixed. So as always, if they don't find anything, they'll quickly lose interest and they'll go back to where they were. And these two guards pretty much stay on the opposite side of the platform, facing away from the helicopter, so they're very easy to avoid.
Finally gets what he deserves. Good riddance.
So we can see what the evacuation's been is underway, but they very quickly realize they don't have parachutes, and you'll see notices very quickly that they died. So once that happens, we have the helicopter key. Just get in the helicopter, take off, and that's that. So that will give you the 3 challenges: the Silent Assassin suit only, the suit only challenge if you don't have it, the Mile High drop challenge, and the Geronimo challenge. Like I said, I've already done Geronimo and Mile High drop to see this trigger in here, but I did get this one. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. Otherwise, this is Snap Roll 410. Happy hunting and happy hitting.